What is up, guys? It is Jay Wonka here again, coming back at you with some loadout gameplay. I believe this is. Yes, this is definitely loadout. I'm kind of a noob. First match, I gave up on the survival stuff. It was really kind of boring. So I have no weaponry, no levels, that stuff. It feels a lot like Borderlands, in the sense that you can't just go and take your starting stuff and go slay the final boss like you can. Like, you could use like the Colt M1911, the ship pistol from Zombies, to go do anything you want in any Call of Duty campaign. It really isn't like that. But anyways, it's a good game, and that's not what we're here to talk about. What we are here to talk about is Xbox fans and a few PlayStation and Nintendo fans getting all shit-faced over Xbox's new obvious announcement, which is backwards compatibility on the Xbone. But what you guys don't seem to understand is that the backwards compatibility on the Xbone isn't like it could play software from last gen. It's that you add code to make the Xbox One believe that you're playing an Xbox One game when it's actually a 360 game, which means actually two things, not one of two things. Which means, one, Microsoft is retarded, and they could have done this since day one. And it also means that you have to have ownership rights to put new code into games. That's how they're doing this. They're putting new code into games to register it's an Xbox One game. So, not all game studios are still around. LucasArts doesn't exist. There's gonna be a lot of greedy assholes, Activision, that are gonna want to make money off of it that Microsoft's not gonna want to spend. And on top of that, November, I think November, it's either coming November or December. That's a long time away, and now you can play it, but do you really want to play launch titles and download games? Really? That's what you're gonna... really? If all 100 games are like that in November or December, what's everybody's thought to that gonna be? Like, oh, cool, backwards compatibility. Or is it gonna be like, oh, cool, Microsoft just got me to go out and buy an Xbox for a complete piece of shit that I don't even want anymore? It's most likely you're gonna be number 2 most often, but you know, I don't know. Microsoft they're not gonna get called out for it. They don't care. They don't care. They made a couple $100,000 off of this. So what if people are pissed off to them? So what? And like I'm saying, old companies not existing, I guarantee you the old Knights of the Old Republic, things like that, are going to be put on there. You're gonna have your Call of Duties put on there. That's probably gonna get on there. Microsoft is probably gonna have to put a good dollar down for that. What else? Your all of your Gears of War. I actually Gears of War, maybe they might want to milk it like they did with the Master Chief Collection that they announced right before this. So that part is like, you sons of bitches. Like, really, you release a broken collection of games for when you could have a perfectly fine collection of games that you have to pay nothing for, put very little work into, but you just put a broken collection of games that everybody hates because of its brokenness, when you could have played your old games that were perfectly fine just to get that cash grab. Greed of human goddamn kind makes me nod my head. People are assuming they're gonna get their Gears of War and their Fable, but let's be real here. Master Chief Collection, that I'm gonna milk that. Don't even act like they won't for a second. Nintendo fanboys always give Nintendo a pass. Microsoft fanboys are gonna give Microsoft a pass. Which is reasonable because the Microsoft fanboys already had an Xbox, so they're not going to be going out to buy an Xbox just for backwards compatibility. But they might sell a 360 actually, and PlayStation. Actually, I have no clue anything they've messed up. Anything. It's not like they want credit and all of the money for using SHAREfactory. It's not like they want credit for playing with PlayStation timed exclusives, whatever. It's not like they're gonna have backwards compatibility and have a very short list of games on there. I have no clue. The one thing you could complain about PlayStation, which very little people complain about, is having no backwards compatibility and having no exclusives besides timed exclusives. And back there, if you saw, that is really, really weird. Blood just kept pouring from the same part in my arm. I have no clue. That's just something that really bothered me while I was capturing this gameplay. But anyways, yeah, but what does PlayStation have going for it? Let's really think. Timed exclusives, SHAREfactory, good graphics, which it can't run those good graphics very well. Unlike the Xbone. What else about Sony? Uncharted, nobody cares, really. Not too many people care about Uncharted. Statistically, nobody buys a PlayStation for Uncharted. People buy Xboxes for Halo. Nobody buys PlayStations for Uncharted. Same with Tomb Raider. It's something that adds on the list for Xbox. It's nice to have, but nobody buys a console for that. And I've heard rumors too, while we're on the subject of people hooking up, that the Nintendo NX is going to be less powerful than a PS4, which is I don't know. I don't know. Less powerful than a PS4. I don't like that thought. I want it to be, if it's less powerful as a PS4, like around Xbox, that's less powerful than PS4, but not by much. But if you leave that up there, and you leave it so it's possible, and it's reasonable, and it's respectable to make Call of Duty, for example, and Destiny, and I can't think GTA. GTA probably won't be on the Wii just because they won't let it, but if it's possible for those to be on there, then that console is set. I will go back out to the store and buy that system and sell him my PS4, sell him my PS3, because I won't want those. I really won't. If I could play Call of Duty and Zelda, and when my sister starts to piss me off, I could put on Mario and calm her down, that sort of thing, I will throw money at the TV, at the screen, quote unquote, the Bungie guy that got a lot more hate than he deserved, but I would throw money at the screen. If they made it built around online, if they release a sequel to Splatoon, if they release good games for all their first party main games, they're set, man. They're set. They'll be back in it. I'll love Nintendo again. I stopped after the GameCube days. I don't care. I'm a fat nerd. I don't want my exercise. Not really fat, but the stereotype I'm making. I don't want to play kids games. I don't want to play Shrek. I don't want to play archery. On the Wii U, it's a bit better. It doesn't have a gimmick, and it's just placed around games, but it's not powerful enough for other people besides Nintendo to put AAA games on it. Which, I don't know. Which the reason I say an X should have about as powerful system whatever as the PS4 is because let's just assume technology continues to advance 2 times every year, just like it has been doing. It should be a lot less pricey and a lot easier and a lot more standard to make the equivalent to a PS4. Let alone size efficiency, whatever you would call that. And anyways, the Nintendo platforms last about 5 years. The Then in the Microsoft and Sony platforms, I cannot talk today. They last 10, Nintendo lasts 5. Why is this? Because Nintendo keeps fucking up. They keep on fucking up their consoles and needed another quick cash grab. But hey, that's perfectly fine. Eventually they'll get the hang of it. Fingers crossed. But so 5 more years, if the NX could keep up, is then that puts Nintendo back into the console wars. As if it's as powerful as the PS4, around as powerful, if not stronger, then it's not like it's going to be so overpowered that third-party devs are going to have to go out of their way to make games for it, and it's not so underpowered that the devs have to treat it as a last-gen console. You know what I'm saying? Jay Wonka, signing out.